So I've been using 5-second journal for journaling over a year now, and I use a template-based handwriting method for journaling. So I have a video that shows how I set up my journaling methodology in Microsoft OneNote. It's an amazing thing. If you haven't seen that, you might want to go check it out. But over time, I've come to realize that it's probably not the best way to journal if you are in a rush, especially because I can type faster than I can handwrite. So sometimes when I don't have a tablet on me, whether it's my iPad or my Surface Pro, I actually want to use my phone to journal. So I developed a Tasker profile that pretty much gives you all the prompts from 5-second journal and lets you input your response to those prompts in a very phone-friendly user interface. I will leave a link to that task in the description below, so if you want to import that into Tasker, that's easy and that should be fun to go, and the video is over for you. But the purpose of this video is to show you how I made this profile, and hopefully you learn something in the process. Let's get started. So if you do not know what 5-second journal is, it's basically a template where you have prompts and you can get answers to those prompts. So if you look at this template, there are a few prompts on the left side that you can see can be inserted automatically. I'm mainly talking about the date and the time, so I'm not going to ask those as questions, but everything else will be presented to us as questions and we can answer those on our phone. So without further ado, let's get started. The only application you will need to do this is Tasker. So the first thing so let's keep the left page of the 5-second journal template on the left side as a reference, and then we'll try to mimic this in Tasker. So let's open Tasker. Once you have Tasker open, navigate to the tasks page. You can tap the plus icon on the bottom right to create a new task. Let's name it something. So we'll give it a name, journaling. Once you have the name, tap on the plus icon on the bottom right again, and this time we're going to create a prompt which is going to be a list-based prompt. So we're going to open list dialog. So we're going to title it as Today I Feel, which is the same title as the journal template, as you can see. Under items, you can add the options as it is depicted in the template. Now we can back out of this task and it will keep this as an option. So if you run this task, you will see that it shows as options. So if we select one of these options, it will be stored in a variable called ID selected. So we're gonna set the variable ID selected as the variable as mood. So let's select this called mood, and then we're gonna select it to ID selected. So now your mood has been selected. So next we want a text-based input to be presented, and we're going to put input dialog. This will give us options to fill in. So let's start by putting in the prompt for this input, which is I feel this way, because I'm going to put 3 dots after that, just like it is in the template, and back out of it. So if we play this right now, you can see if I select deleted, for instance, it will give me an option to put in text. One of the most annoying thing about this text is that there is a timeout for 30 seconds. So if you're typing something that's longer than just something that you would type up in 30 seconds, the input dialog will go away and the task will stop. So we're going to increase this to the maximum of 120 seconds. If you want more than 120 seconds, you can tap on this thing on the top right of timeout and put in a value of your own. So if you want, like, let's say 200 seconds, that's what you can do right here. Now you have this input, so we're going to add another variable set, and we're going to save this variable into a mood underscore reason. I'm going to select input. Percentage input is the value that we just entered. We're going to do this for every single prompt on the journal template. It will take a few minutes, but knock that out and you should have something that looks like this. Overall, you'll have everything done. And the last step after, so this is where you will have everything stored in variables. So this is the last variable where you talk about what you're grateful for that day, and this will be saved in this variable called percentage grateful. So all of the information that you have stored in multiple variables can actually be written to a file. So from the bottom right, select write file, and now we're gonna select where the file will be stored. So I'm gonna just say go to Tasker folder and then create a file here called journal task.txt because Tasker can write to text files, and then you can press enter. So under the text dialog box, you want to select all the things that you just entered. So we want to start by selecting the first variable that we set. So the first variable was mood, so let's select mood. I'm going to use a semicolon to differentiate between multiple variables because that's not something that I use on a daily basis in my writing. So that's just something that will help me when I pull this up in Excel. I can divide the information based on a semicolon into columns, and I can look at it in a presentable manner. So select all the variables one by one with a separator in between. So one of the benefits of using an automation-based system to journal is the fact that you can take information that you just entered in your journal and put it into your task manager. So we can take our response to this prompt, which is one step that we can take to move forward, and put it into our clipboard. So we're going to select an action called set clipboard, and here we're going to select the variable that represents the response to that. So in my case, it's 1_step, so that's %1_step. I'm going to back out of it, and now we're going to start a shortcut for Todoist, which will be add action. So we're going to do shortcut, and then we're going to select the shortcut to be the Todoist add task. My task is actually copied onto the clipboard, so I don't have to retype the same thing, and this way I already have captured my journal into my task manager. It's one of the best things I've done to make sure anything that I want to do gets done. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you in any way possible, please hit the like button, and if you want more videos like these, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching. This is Geet.